You've been able to communicate in English for a while, but you still feel nervous speaking or having conversations in English. Well, my name's Chris, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 steps to reach a C1 level of English. Of course, these steps do require effort from your side, but if you follow the guidance and are consistent with them, you will become an advanced English speaker. Anyway, are you ready? Let's go. Step 1. Expose yourself to a wider range of vocabulary. At C1, you need depth and variety in your vocabulary. That means being comfortable with a wider range of topics and being able to talk about them confidently. So what should you be doing? Start by reading and listening to more challenging material. Don't just stick to English textbooks. Go out and read a novel like Atonement from Ian McEwan, or a non-fiction book like Sapiens. These forms of literature are read by native speakers, which means you should be challenging yourself to read them too in order to become an advanced English speaker. For listening, try podcasts like BBC In Our Time, or The Guardian's Today in Focus, which is my personal favourite. There's also other things from the BBC like The English We Speak, and that teaches you natural expressions that are used all around the UK. The goal is to broaden or widen the range of language or vocabulary that you're normally exposed to. And here it's a little tricky, but it's really important in any language. Focus on implied meaning. A huge part of sounding advanced in English is understanding what's not actually said or what's not directly said. For example, let's say that you tell someone pineapple belongs on pizza. They reply, right, well, if you say so. They're not outright arguing with you, but you can tell they don't agree with you. It's a polite way of dismissing your opinion without causing any form of conflict. That's called pragmatic competence. The ability to use language effectively and appropriately in context, and it's essential at C1 level. So don't just look at words and grammar. Focus on tone, context and body language, and what the speaker really means. That's where you start to become fluent in any language. Step number 2, express yourself more and worry about grammar less. Now this one's huge because at B1 and B2, many learners are still obsessed with getting every single verb tense perfect. At C1 though, it's more about communicating clearly and naturally, even if your grammar isn't 100% flawless. Let me ask you, do you ever hesitate mid-sentence trying to guess or trying to work out whether it should be have gone or went? Do you think native speakers do this much while they're speaking? No, not at all. So pausing, overthinking, this interrupts your fluency. And fluency is all about flow. It's about participating in real-time conversations without getting stuck. So here's what to do. Start speaking more spontaneously. Don't overplan every sentence. Just speak. Make mistakes and then reflect later. The more you speak, the more natural your grammar will become over time. Also use English to express how you feel, what you believe, what frustrates you, what excites you, and find ways to express yourself. Some tips could be start a blog. Record little videos of yourself and post them online. My favorite that I always recommend to all my students, keep a journal in English. This is really good for your English because you're thinking about your own life and how English can relate to that. So it's really good for you and talking about yourself in future conversations. But some people might tell me, I'm too busy to keep a journal. I'm on the go all the time. Well, you can record voice memos on your phone talking about your typical day. Those just aren't practice exercises. They're tools to help you think and create in English. And here's a game changer. I've talked about this before in other videos. Switch your inner voice to English. Start small, narrate what you're doing right now. I'm making a coffee. I need to leave in 15 minutes. I'm walking to work. And then expand to more complex thoughts like, I wonder what would happen if. Thinking in English reduces translation delay and helps your speaking become more automatic. You know, something that doesn't get talked about enough when you're learning English, especially when you're aiming for a C1 level, is how stressful it can be. Feeling like you're stuck at the same level, not improving, watching others progress, it can be really frustrating. I've been there, not just with language learning, but with my own mental health. Over the past few years, I've struggled a lot with family issues, relationships, trying to start my own business, All of it together has been quite overwhelming, and it's something that I've just started to open up and talk more about. One thing that really helped me was using today's paid partner, BetterHelp. It's an online platform that connects you with professional therapists who get it, and it's all done in a way that's flexible and comfortable. I have sessions from home in between my classes, or I can even just send a message to my therapist when I need to talk. A great part of BetterHelp is that there's no pressure. You can talk via video, audio, or even just text, whatever works for you. And they actually match you with somebody based on your needs. So you're not just picking randomly. Using BetterHelp has helped me to work on myself. And if you're finding your language journey overwhelming or life is just getting too much right now, there's no shame in asking for help. It's actually one of the strongest things you can do. To get started with BetterHelp, go to this link here, betterhelp.com/instant English. You can also find this link in the description below. When you use this link, you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy. Anyway, time for step 3. Learn to self-correct. Reaching C1 is about awareness. You're not just learning from teachers anymore, you're learning from your own mistakes. So how do you do that? Start by recording yourself speaking. I know a lot of people hate this, but it's a really useful technique. Just talk for 2 minutes about your weekend or express your opinion on a certain topic. Then listen back and ask, did I use natural phrasing? Did I repeat the same word too many times? Were there any grammar slips that I noticed? This process trains your brain to monitor and adjust without needing someone else to correct you all the time. Also, if somebody else corrects you in a conversation, don't just nod. Repeat the corrected version out loud. I know you might feel a little bit embarrassed because you made a mistake, but actually it's really useful that you correct it there on the spot if somebody else tells you, you should have said this, or it's actually this. Oh, cool, okay. And say it out loud. Not only will this help you to build a conscious habit of improving, but it will also help you to remember that mistake because you've clocked it, you've added it to your mental journal, your mental diary. On this day, with this person, I made a mistake in that conversation. Oh, okay, I should have said, Anyway, and then you can carry on. Step 4, surround yourself with English. This is one of my favorite things to do in any language, and is the reason why my Spanish is so good, because I live in Spain. And here's the thing, you can't just learn a language from textbooks. You have to live in it. Even if you're not in the UK. You might have heard this technique before. It's called immersion, and it's really, really important to reach fluency. Here's how you create an English-rich environment. Change your phone, apps, and Netflix to English. So even when you're relaxing, you're still using English. You could label items around your house in English. So again, it forces you to interact with English while you're doing daily activities. Use English when you're writing your shopping list or planning your week. Basically, try and create a constant habit of using English on a daily basis. Follow English-speaking creators on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Topics that you enjoy and you are passionate about, not just English teachers. Here's some that I would recommend. First, we have Jack Edwards. He talks about books, uni life, university life, and lifestyle in general. His videos are really good for helping you improve your storytelling techniques and learning about opinion vocabulary. Next, we have a podcast, which is also available on YouTube, The Diary of a CEO. His interviews are with business leaders, and they're great for structured, thoughtful language. Listening to this podcast will help you to pick up great vocabulary like linking words or discourse markers. And another one we have is Taskmaster. It's a hilarious British TV show full of banter, slang, and fast-paced chat. You can also find clips of this on YouTube. The idea is to immerse yourself so English becomes the background noise of your life. You're picking up phrases, idioms, and sentence structures, all without even realizing it. Language is about repetition and exposure. The more you see, hear, and use English on a daily basis, the more natural it will become. Step number 5. Go deeper with conversations. If you want to sound more advanced, you need to go past questions like, what did you do at the weekend? This question's okay, but you also need to think about more meaningful, layered conversations. Start having conversations where you express opinions, justify ideas, and explore more abstract topics. Do you think AI will replace human jobs? What's more important, freedom or safety? Is social media more harmful than helpful? These conversations will force you to use more complex grammar, connectors, and specific vocabulary. You have to explain, compare, speculate, which are all important skills at a C1 level. You can practice these skills at conversation clubs, language partners online, or even by recording yourself answering the questions. Try to include opinion phrases like, personally, I think or I believe. One argument in favor is, it could be said that. What I find interesting is, and some natural connectors could be for adding, for addition, and on top of that, plus, also, I'd say, contrasting, having said that, mind you, that said. Concluding, in a nutshell, in the end, that's kind of it, really. All right, let's go back to that other question. Is social media more harmful than helpful? To be honest, I think influencers should take some responsibility, especially when they're promoting dodgy products. Like, if you've got a big platform, you need to think about what you're putting out there. Having said that, it's also up to other people to make their own choice, right? In a nutshell, it's a tricky one. Okay, so that's 5 amazing steps that you can take to reach C1 and above. If you want to continue practicing your English and taking it to the next level, click this video here. Click it. Boom. Go on. Why are you still here? Click it now. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and I'll see you next time.